Good evening, everyone. This is Godspire Enjoyable. You're welcome to your weekly market analysis session. We do this every Saturday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. We look at the markets together, different asset classes, forex pairs, commodities, index futures, gold, and then Bitcoin. All right, so we usually start with the dollar index. This is a dollar index weekly chart. Look at the markets on a weekly basis, look at what has happened, what is happening, and what we think or we feel may likely happen in the new week. So last week I told us that this handles this low here is an area of interest for me. I want to sweep it respecting this area, this other block here, respecting it. It's like a breaker block right now because it was very other block, now it's on breaker block. So I wanted it to be respected. And this movement down went into the discount array on the daily time frame. We're going to look at it shortly. Now, from the weekly time frame, I am looking at this movement as retracement, all right? Because I feel that this area here is an area that is my area of interest. This weekly sell-side imbalance, buy-side inefficiency is my area of interest. You could see what happened here. The high here just went a little above this particular candle's high. Okay, it has created what we call a double top, sort of, and that is a retail logic for me that retailers trust it, retail traders trust it. While for me, I see it as a liquidity pool or area of liquidity for price to gravitate to and sweep. And so because it's also in close proximity with the weekly CB, I'm favoring the upside, all right? So this movement we saw for how many weeks now, up to like 2 months plus, it's just what do you call it, a retracement to discount array, discount level. Now if you measure from the low of this swing to the high of the swing, you can see that it has gotten into the discount level. So I don't want to see any movement lower than this, okay? Because this is the it's the internal range liquidity inside this price swing. That's the only internal range liquidity that is very obvious. If we give up, if this place gives up the ghost, then we're going to trade up to this level, which for me, it's going to get to take out this low. If it gets to this point, then it's going to take out this low. So I want to see it consolidate here and then go higher. I want to see it consolidate here, maybe give room for other currencies and other asset classes to move and then finally go higher. That's what I'm looking at. So I'm still bullish long term. This is just a retracement for me. I'm bullish long term. Okay, so that being said, let's go into the daily time frame. From the daily time frame, I have what happened. We saw this was Monday straight, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday. There was a Wednesday reversal, and then we started going higher. Now, if you see what happened, this was that low on weekly time frame that I showed you. This particular low here, that's the low as opposed to daily. That's this low here. I swept it on Tuesday, then traded into this small FBG. You can see it here. That's where this thing traded to back to other block. Can you see? If we put a horizontal ray, let's see if it got to the high of that candle of this bullish order block. Yes, it did. Touched it. In fact, I think the consequent encroachment. Yeah, that's what it did. So this other block was what it came, respected it because there's also an FVG above it, and you can see the response. Okay, if we take this low out, and this was what I was trying to say in the weekly time. If you take this low, if it comes back to trade below this low, then we're going to go to this level. We're going to go to this level. See why I said we shouldn't get to this level. That's FVG on daily, on weekly rather. That's FVG. I don't want us to go to, but if we get this as already traded, so you can see, feel it completely. So there's no necessity for, if it wants to be bullish, there's no necessity for you to come to this level anymore. The bearishness that I might want to see or permit might be to take out these relatively equal lows, but I don't want to see that happen. I want to see give up because from here, because we have balanced price range inside an order block, you know, and then it's also inside discount array on the weekly time frame. So I don't want it to go below anymore. If we look at the 62% level, let's take it to, let's put all these levels. Okay, so this is 62% level. Has already gotten there. Let me show you. That's this level here. That's touched it, and you can see the reaction. So it might want to come back to this, but I don't want to say it could do that. It can do that. It can do that. That is the only bearishness I'm permitting for this asset. If it trades below and closes below this, then we are going to go lower. All right. But as long as it stays around this area, then we'll resume our bullishness on the dollar index. All right. So that is the analysis. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at it has swept this low into FVG. So I want to see price gravitate higher. I want to see price, you know, go higher. It shouldn't go. There is this small FVG that has been created here. This one here. I want to see that act as support, this area here. I want to see this act as support Monday, Tuesday. And then let's see movement higher from Wednesday. I want to see here act as support for price to go higher from this area on Wednesday, right? I want to see bullish movement going forward. I want to see bullish movement going forward. But if it goes below this, then we're targeting this area. If it goes below this low created on Wednesday, trades below it and close below it, then this area, this area will not be our area of interest, this low here. All right. But as long as this FVG on the daily time frame here, this particular FVG holds price, then we'll resume higher. And let's test this CB. Okay, that's my prognostication for the dollar index. That's my prognostication for the dollar index. Okay, so we saw what happened. This was Monday, rallied down into Tuesday, Wednesday created the low of the week, and then rallied higher. That's broken 4-hour structure high. That's why I said this area should now act as support to send price higher. So that's the daily FVG, this area, this light gold, also this color here, or carton color, this light carton color. I want to see this area act as support to send price. I don't want to see it trade below this. It shouldn't trade below it. There's no necessity for this thing to trade below this. If it wants to be bullish, then it should start its bullishness from now. Okay, it should act consolidate here for a while and then send price higher. That's my target. That's what I'm looking at. But the moment we break below this, then we'll go to that daily time frame and then we'll target these lows. Okay, so that's the analysis. But as long as we stay above, we stay around this region here, then we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going to sweep out previous week's high, this high, and then target this equal highs here into this FVG, this CB. That's what I'm looking at for next week. All right. As long as we stay above this, then we're rallying up to this level. If we broke below this, then these lows are our targets. So that's the framework for this new week. That's the framework for this week. So let's go to the next our next pair is Euro USD. So for Euro USD, we are told us last week that this high is going to take out this high and then trade to this level. It fell short of it, just fell short of it, almost got close to it, but they didn't get there completely. Now let's see how it did on day-to-day basis. So we have this was Friday. So around when price was here, I told us I was going to rally up, sweep this high. This was the initial one I told us about. It did that. So I told us that the next one was to sweep this at this level, which was this. You had, let me take back that stuff I took away. Okay, good. So you have this small FVG at the low of this candle to the high of that candle. I wanted price to trade to it. It did that. This was the other one that I traded to last time. That was our target that time. So the next one was I wanted it to trade up to this. It did that 2 weeks ago. And my next target was this area right here. It fell short of it on Wednesday. I wanted to sweep, it didn't close it totally and it gave up the ghost immediately. Okay, so if you feel that objective, almost close to, almost, just a little of, that's why affection sometimes may be skewed. And this is actually forex.com. Some other brokers would have gotten this objective. I believe that. Okay. So that's that. So what am I looking for right now? If dollar is going to stay in that, so that's small FVG on daily time, if it's going to hold that as support to go higher, then want to see break lower, trade to this level, or at least fill in this FVG. This FVG should not hold it as support to go higher. It should break below it. That's what I want to see. So I want to see something trade up to this inefficiency right here and then go lower. All right, that's what I'm looking at. Trade into this and then give up the ghost and go lower. As long as dollar will remain bullish or stay consolidated around that area and then go bullish without trading below that low created on Wednesday, then in fact this is going to go lower. All right. So if you look at the stuff from this swing high to this swing low, let's use our fee, and then from the swing high to this swing low, you can see that it went close to 70% retracement. It went close to it, but eventually gave up the ghost. So I want to see movement lower. Okay, want to see movement lower because this was the internal range liquidity I was aiming at. Price swept it finally last week, gave up the ghost. So I want to see a movement lower, filling this FVG completely, and then downside movement, because like I told us for the dollar index, I am bullish on the dollar. So if I'm bullish on the dollar long term, then this is just a retracement to go lower. All right, it's been selling. Remember, it's been selling to this level and consolidated and started going higher. So this movement up is just a retracement for another movement, impulsive movement lower, and that's price swing lower into this monthly CV. This is our outline. If you go to monthly time frame, you'll see clearly that it's at this level here. So that's our long-term objective for this pair. Okay, there is no necessity for it to go back up again. There's no necessity for it to go back up again. But if dollar takes that low, dollar trades below that low, then we'll target this other high and ultimately want to go to the rejection block. But I don't see that happen. If that happens, then we'll be really bullish on Euro USD and be heavily bearish on dollar index. Okay, so as long as dollar index, that's small FVG on daily time frame holds price, then this assets, this Euro USD will go lower, trade lower into our objective. Okay, so that is the framework. As a framework, let's look at 4 hours time frame and see the upward movements that we might see in the pair. Let's see 4 hours time frame and see what happened. Just a minute, please. Okay, so this was Tuesday. I had Monday here. This was Friday. Then consolidated on Monday, then traded higher on Tuesday, creating the high of the week on Tuesday, creating the high of the week on Tuesday, and then give up the ghost. It has broken the structure here. So there's this low here, 4 hours low here, has been violated here. Okay, has been violated here. Broke it below. Let's show you here. This low here. Right? A low that's breaking structure, the market structure occurred here with momentum. Okay, so that might be because we have a little FBG here, CB, an imbalance here. So we can see a rally up. Okay, we can see a rally up Monday, Tuesday into this level, and then give up the ghost. Okay, that is also permissible on 4 hours time frame. This is the impulse, the swing. So swing high here to swing low here. Okay, right here. So we might see a rally up into this inefficiency, which is around the 70% retracement, and then we'll finally consolidate and then go lower. I don't want to see trade above it. I don't want to see trade above it. This area should hold as a resistance for price to start going lower. Okay, that's what I'm looking at, because this is a break of structure that's broken right here. So it could weak this breaker block here, this bearish breaker block, these three consecutive candles will be extend them out in time. That's 4 hours breaker block. Look at it here. Right here. Good. So my framework will be for price to trade into this zone and then show unwillingness to go higher. Once that happens, I'll go to lower time frame and I'll sell this. There is no, if it's going to be bearish, there's no necessity for it to close above the bearish breaker. Okay, it shouldn't trade above the bearish breaker. It could just wick into this because we have that fib level there, and then retrace lower. It shouldn't close above this bearish breaker. As long as it stays inside this level and don't trade above it, then we'll be looking for lower prices on this. So that can be done Monday, Tuesday. We can see movement up to this level around Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll start hunting for sell setup from Tuesday London session or Wednesday London session. Okay, so that's the framework for Euro US. So those of you that trade Euro US, you can look for setup around this level for your sell. Okay, for your sell. That is the framework for Euro US. Let me take off all these and then go to another asset class. So let's go to GBP USD. So GBP USD, we had our levels outlined. It also fell short of it. I wanted this high to be swept. It fell short of it. Okay. It fell short of it just by some pips, not up to 10 pips. It fell short of it. Okay, so that it fell short of it by some pips. The high of this candle is the high of this candle comes out at 1.2746 and 5 pips. The high of this one is at 1.2733. If this is 46, this is 33, that's about 9 pips. That's about 9 pips. That's approximately 10 pips, about 9 pips, not even up to 10 pips. And then we saw movement lower. Okay, now I started consolidating. Now, what am I looking at? What do I think may happen? Dollar might want to consolidate around that level I told us, and if that happens, this might want to send price to take out this swing high. So we might see a movement up Monday, Tuesday. We might see movement up Monday, Tuesday into this swing high right here. Good. This swing high, poke above it, and then give up that ghost. That's what I'm looking at. So this level here, this high here. Okay, take out this high. take out this high Monday, Tuesday, and then go lower. Now there is a little FVG inside here. So the rally up will trade into this FVG before we start seeing prices lower. And then if you use your fib level to look at the retracement, you see that on this high, the high of this swing to the low of this swing, this is 62% level. I might want to get to 70% level by next week. But I want to see it weak to that level and retrace and give up the ghost. It shouldn't close above it. It should weak, take out this high, and then trade into the daily FVG, and then give up the ghost. That's what I'm looking at. That's my framework. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. So this is it. Take a trade up to this, which is this, sell the FVG, this small FVG inside this other block, the bearish other block. Inside the CB, taking out this high, that's my framework before it starts going lower. So Monday, Tuesday can get to that level, and then we'll sell this thing to start to resume our bearish movement on this this pair. All right, so that's the framework. So 4 hours time frame, 4 hours time frame, we might see a retracement back to this bullish order block before it takes off and goes higher. But if it breaks above, it breaks below this this low, it breaks below this low, then we'll resume lower prices. Okay, if it breaks below that low, then we'll resume lower prices. But as long as it stays above, you can trade to our objective first, which is this level, before we start hunting for lower price. So me, I'll be comfortable if it trades to take out that liquidity Monday, Tuesday before I will sell GBP USD. Okay, so let's go to another asset. AUD USD. AUD USD, our levels, let's show our level. I've outlined some levels. The network is, there are some levels that were outlined. While we wait for it, from the high of this candle to the low of this swing, the high to the low, it has gotten to 62% retracement level. The next point of call will be above a 70% retracement level. Okay, we weak up to that level and then see movement lower. Okay, if dollar becomes bullish, then this will just trade to this level and give up the ghost. I actually, if you watch my last video, I measured the 50% of this week. Okay, that area, it went close to it, it didn't get to it, but went close to it and gave up the ghost. Okay, this is inside the bearish order block, and the mean threshold of that bearish order block is around so this level, that's taking out this high. This is where I'm looking at. Okay, we will get there, week through and give up the ghost. Let's look at daily time frame. We have, there's no need for this thing to get to this level. I shouldn't take out this high. It could take out this particular high into this bearish order block. So that's what I'm looking at. All right, before we start seeing movement lower. Okay, that's permissible. That is very much permissible. Let's look at something. The low to the high. Let's use this particular one. All right, so that level, so now this area, they could trade to this area inside this bearish order block before we start looking for sales. The risk high should not be violated. this high should not be. If this high is violated, then this equal height will be traded through. I don't see that happening. I want to, if dollar is bullish, then this will give up the ghost when it gets to this level. Okay, because of this impulsive movement on Friday, then we want to see, and it has traded up to this bearish order block. So I want to see it move up to take out this high into this bearish order block here, this particular one here, with movement lower. Okay, that is what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. 4 hours time frame. Okay, so if you come back again after the expansion, we have consolidation, we have expansion. So if you come back to this level before it goes higher. All right, so if you come back straight to this level, back to this consolidation before it goes higher. So Monday, Tuesday, you can see Monday retracement just maybe during Asia or London. Okay, this is Asian pair. So I want to see Asia trade to this level and then go higher. Okay, you have higher objective for this pair. Higher objective for this pair. If you trace to our objective there, because last week my objective was for it to get to this other block here. That's where I meant Monday, Tuesday. You can see Tuesday. This was Tuesday. This was Wednesday. See how it respected the open of the bullish order, the bearish order block. Eventually, it traded through it on Friday. So based on this signature, I want to see this high violated before any significant movements lower. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, we are still inside the retracement to go lower. All right, we're still inside the retracement after this expansion lower. We're still inside the retracement up to go lower. All right, so we are still bearish on AUD USD. This is just a retracement to go lower. That's what I'm looking at. Retracement to go lower. This low is my target. This has been my long-term objective for this pair. I want this low to be violated. It's my long-term objective for this pair because I figure the upside for the dollar, then this pair will go down. The dollar is going to go up, then this is going to go down. All right, next one is the NZD. NZD USD. Our target was, this was our target. It's short above the target. Take to take out this high. But I know that next week we are going to trade to this level, 50%. Measure this eyeball 50%. That's the level we are targeting. This high should be left unviolated from the high here to the low here. So this high can be traded to it back into this bearish order block before it starts going lower. So what I'm looking at for next week is like a week that has a long tail. All right, open here, have a long tail, and then start going bearish. That's what I'm looking at. The long tail will be trade to this level and then go lower. That's what I am looking at. That's what I'm looking at. So we have this was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, I wanted to see a reversal, but Friday just changed all the sentiment, every sentiment I had, because it was actually working in my favor till Friday. Friday just went higher and then changed the whole sentiment. Just changed the whole sentiment. So let's see how it reacts around this. This has been taken, so let's take it off. This also mess. Let's take it off. This is the weekly FPG, so I'll leave it there. So the next target is this one. Let's measure it. All right, so that's the next target. So let me put my line there and see how price reacts around it. All right, good. So that's the target. That's the target. That's my target. That's my target. The weeks to that level. Let me see. Yeah, you could also sweep it. It's possible you can do that. You can sweep it. This is not weak. So let me take this off. I think you could sweep it. So let me take it off because of this measurement now. You could sweep it and then go lower. So let's see how it goes. It is all framed on what dollar index is going to do. All right. It's all framed on what dollar. This dollar index can consolidate and give room for this thing to move higher, take out this liquidity, or just trade around that 50% and then give up the ghost. Okay. There's no necessity for you to trade up to this level. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Otherwise, it will be a long-term bullishness for this pair. 4 hours time frame. We want to see what are we looking at. The consolidation is massive here. So a push above so that our level and then give up the ghost. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm. But once this low is broken, then we'll be heavily bearish. But I want to see it go up a little because dollar will go a little down into that FPG. So when dollar is going down, this should go up to our targets, premium area, and then start giving up the ghost to go lower. All right. So that's my framework for NZD USD. Take out this high, get up to this level, and then start going lower. All right, so that is it. This high should be maintained. This high should be maintained. As long as dollar remains bullish, then this high will be maintained. If the dollar goes bearish, takes that low I told us about, then this high will be taken out. All right, so that is that. The next one is USD CAD. So for USD CAD, I wanted this inefficiency to act as support. It broke through it. That's broken below it. You can see how we broke below it with momentum, closed below. And that happened, I think, on Friday. Let's see. Yes. Friday shifted all the sentiment for me. It was doing perfectly well till Friday. Friday shifted throughout the market. Friday just shifted the whole thing. All right. So, and that's a new month. So it could be open, trade lower, do that soon, and start running higher. Something of that nature. Something of that nature. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, this what do you call it? This other block, this bullish order block should hold price, but already traded below the what do you call it, the 50% of it that's traded below it. So let's measure this week and see. Let's from your own chart, you could eyeball measure this 50% of it. Because if you trace through it, then this low will be taken up. And if this low is taken out, then we're going to trade up to this level. And that will not be too good because we expect dollar to be bullish. And if dollar is bullish, this thing should be bearish, should also be bullish because this is a USD cash. So this also should be what I wanted this area to hold price and resume our bullishness. Unfortunately, it closed below. So I want to see here, trade back to it and go lower. All right, trade back to it or consolidate here. Okay, if dollar consolidates and goes higher, this other block will hold price and then eventually consolidate and go higher. That's what I'm looking at and go higher. All right. So whatever, if we see it trade up to this level and this uh, um, weekly inefficiency area, this area I marked, let me show us. Yeah, this FPG here. If it holds price, then it could come back, act as support, and trade below it. Okay, that. All right. So let's see how Monday, Tuesday pans out. Okay, but always look at the dollar index. If the dollar index is consolidating around that level and it's going higher, then everything will change for the entire market. Remember, dollar is the king. Dollar goes lower, every other asset class will go higher, and dollar goes higher, every other asset class will go lower. So if dollar is going higher, then this USD CAD will also bend the knee and start going So let's see how Monday, Tuesday pans out without being able to frame the setup for the entire week. Okay. Um, okay, so that's traded below it. I want to see it trade back up this what do you call it? This mitigation block, trade to it, and then go lower to our target before it finally resumes our bullishness for this pair. All right, let me take off this. We don't need it anymore. We don't need this as well. Okay, the next one is USD JPY. So for USD JPY, it also went below our target. I wanted to trade and then go higher, but it traded through it and closed below it. So we're going to see lower prices now on this, or trade back to this other block. Let's see how this other block holds price. So on weekly time frame, let's see, on daily time frame rather. So you can see what happened on Friday. See what happened on Friday. As at Wednesday, we had, after sweeping these equal lows, these relative equal lows, this low and this low, you can see our price, went high on Friday, on Thursday rather. Friday gave up the ghost and traded low. I think what this was, like I said, Friday trade spoils the whole thing. It just changed the whole thing, changed the whole market sentiment. Was supposed to go higher from Thursday, as you can see, Thursday was bullish. Friday just gave up the ghost and went bearish. Because he did this, then we're going to trade back to this level and maybe try to contend with this FBG here on daily time frame. This one here. I think this is monthly. I think let me check monthly. Monthly. Yes, it's monthly. Maybe I might trade back to this other block on the monthly time frame. This other block before we start going higher again. But let's see how dollar index treats us this week. Let's see how dollar index treats us this week. Because I was bullish, my setup was actually, but I wanted it to go higher, sweep this high on weekly time frame. Remember, I've been saying that USD JPY would do that, but because of what dollar has been doing, it's just been consolidating. I wanted it to rip up higher to trade above this. You can see what happened on Friday. Friday just changed the whole sentiment for loss. So let's see what happens Monday, Tuesday. Right now, I'll be scalping this. Okay, this low, this internal range liquidity is one that I want to look at. This other one is also another one. You have clean lows and you have FVG. So that might be the downside target for this space. It is FVG here, and then you have other block here, relatively poor lows. So that might be the target for this. So if you trade up Monday, this other block, expecting this other block on Monday, then from Tuesday onwards, we can start hunting sell signals to take out this low into this FPG. So for this, I'll be bearish. Let's see how it happens. If it trades to my objective here, I'll stay off and then wait for another sentiment in the market. Okay, so that's it for USD JPY. Let's see what happened on Thursday. That news happened. That news happened on Friday. That news just changed the whole sentiment. We were already, doing well. We wanted to go higher, but the news broke the whole thing. That's why I always tell us whenever you're trading, always use your stop loss because anything can happen in the marketplace. Anything can happen. So this is a very long CB. Okay, I want to see trade back up to it, at least 50%, trade up to it, and then before we start trading lower to our discount objective. All right, our discount objective, which is this low here, this low, and then beside this FPG, the dollar consolidates around that level, then we might trade lower, take out this low into this one FPG. So that is the framework for USD JPY. The next one is USD CHF. Let's look at weekly time frame. So for weekly time frame, I wanted it to sweep below this low and then give up the ghost and go higher. That was what I was framing. But on Friday changed the whole sentiment. This was the line I gave us. I said these equal lows will be taken out, then we'll start rallying higher. But it closed below it. It closed below it with momentum. Okay, you can see how bearish it was. Now see what happened on Thursday. After Friday's Tuesday, Wednesday swept the low. Friday went lower, took out this other, sorry, Thursday that took out this other low. I expect, and then it rejected and went bullish. Then on Friday, that news just took everything down and closed bullish and closed bearish. So based on this, it has to trade up back to this other block. So this is our last line of defense. This is our last line of defense for USD CHF. This is our last, and it has been really bearish from this low, this is lowest, to this high. It has traded up to 79% retracement, up to 80%. This is exactly what I was avoiding. I actually wanted to see it consolidate, take out this low, and then rally higher. But Friday just changed the whole sentiment. So let's see what happens Monday, Tuesday. We can see consolidation here and start, it will resume its bullish movement. We don't know yet. So whatever dollar does, right, if dollar starts going higher, then this will, change its direction and go higher. Otherwise, this low might be taken out. This low might be taken out. If dollar does not go bullish, then this low will be taken out for USD CHF. Because the retracement has been, it's enough retracement. Enough retracement for me. This is just too much. Just too much. You can see how it's been sluggishly going down, not willing to go down. Unfortunately, Friday, that news just spoils the whole thing and then traded lower. Okay? It has taken out this low. It could rally up to this and then trade lower again to that other block that I outlined, this other block, the bullish other block on the daily time, this bullish other block. Okay. And if this bullish other block fails to hold price, then this low will be taken out. All right, so that is the framework for USD CHF. Next one is our index futures SP 500 or US 500. So it has taken a rejection block. You can see the volume imbalance. Is it volume imbalance or FPG on daily time frame? Volume imbalance. I wanted it to act as resistance. Wednesday and Thursday, you can see how they've been respecting the volume imbalance. The news on Friday was just the deal breaker. Shifted the sentiment to the upside and see what happened. And based on that, this high can be left. It will sweep this high. I didn't want to see get to this level, but that's where we are now. So it's going to sweep this high. And what it does from there, we have this other high up also. Let's see how far it's going to go. Yeah, so that's my objective for this index, for this indices. The trade above that, this is my target for this week. Based on what happened on Friday, the sentiment has changed. Otherwise, I wanted to continue to consolidate and start going lower, but we didn't do that. We traded above it. So this is my target for the week. I want to see trade above it. 4 hours time frame. So if it trades into this volume imbalance again, that will be a buy. Stop loss here, buy inside these 4 hours volume imbalance. That's the daily volume imbalance. Inside these 4 hours FBG, order block. This is the low created, so there's no need. If it's going to go higher, there's no need to go below this low, because this low swept these liquidities here. So we should trade to this FBG inside this volume imbalance daily time frame and then go higher. So if it trades into it, then I'll buy and target this level. Okay, that's my framework for US 500 or SP 500. Okay, the next one is NASDAQ. NASDAQ has traded to our FPG. This was the FPG we outlined. It's traded to it. So I want to see it, feel it now. You should feel it completely because if S&P 500 is going to be bullish, it's also going to be bullish. So I want to see it, feel it completely this time around. You should feel it completely, trade into it, feel it, and then show willingness to go higher. That's what I'm looking at. That is what I am looking at. Daily time frame. Let's see how it's been consolidating around here. I want to see a push to close, filling this FPG totally. All right, before any form of movement lower. All right, then 4 hours time frame. Okay, 4 hours time frame. Trade back to the bullish order block before a rally high. Let's see 1 hour. Okay, that's trade to this level. This small FPG here before it goes higher. 15 minutes. Yeah, that's the order block here. All right. So that's about that. The next one is our NASDAQ, our US 30. US 30 has been very bullish, very, very bullish. For how many weeks now? It's been super bullish. But last week trading was, or rather this week that just finished, the trading was not just symmetrical for the three indices, especially US 30 was just trading on its own. The FPG that's traded above it, so this high is our next point of call. Next point of call is this high. Okay, our next point of call is this high. Daily time frame. You can see that from Monday, from Tuesday, it's been bullish all through. But if you check other assets, Nasdaq and SP 500, it wasn't like that. Look at it. You can see how it's been consolidating. SP 500, the same thing consolidating. So, but US 30 has just been bullish. From Tuesday, it's been bullish. It's been bullish from Tuesday. And see how bullish it was. So I felt it was just gravitating to this level. It got there and still traded above it. So for doing this, it means that it will come back, act as support to go higher, clear out this high. That's the framework for this. So it should come back, trade to this level, and then rally higher. So that's the discount level is going to trade to this level, and then it's been heavily bullish. So trade to this level, and then that's FBG on daily time frame should now act as it daily or weekly. Yes, weekly time this CB should now act as inversion FBG to go higher to sweep out this high. That's my framework. That's what I'm looking at. Next one is gold. So gold, of course, as dollar became bearish, gold was bullish. So this FBG didn't hold it, traded above it. Our targets all smashed. This one, all smashed. So this equal highs now. That's our next target. That's to trade above it. Trade above that high. If any form of movement lower, that's to sweep this high. Okay, that's it. That's to sweep this high. Day to day, let's see what happened. This was Monday. Tuesday traded through that level outlined on weekly time frame. Took out the rejection block, and then you can see where it's going to now. Okay, see where it's going to. So it's going to sweep out that high. All right. Take out that high before any form of movement lower. Before any form of movement lower. Let me look at some other objective. Okay, that's my framework. This high is what I'm looking at. Trade above that high. All right. So let it trade above that high before it goes lower again. Okay, so that's about that. On 4 hours, consolidation expansion, so retracement back to that rejection block before it goes higher. Back to the rejection block before it goes higher. That's about that. Then lastly is our Bitcoin. So Bitcoin finally traded above that level. So the next point of call is to totally trade to the breaker block on monthly time frame. This breaker block that I outlined, monthly time frame before it starts going low. If it trades above it, then this high, which is the bull run that people have been clamoring about, the moment it trades above this, then we are in for the bull run. But if it doesn't trade above this, this bearish breaker block that I outlined on the monthly time frame, which is this, show us, yes, this breaker block. See this candle here. Once it trades above it and closes above it, then our bull run has started. All right. Once it closes above it, then a bull run for crypto will be fully implemented. Otherwise, if this breaker block holds price, then we'll start rallying lower, like I told us before. All right. So that's about that. That's about that. So in summary, we said that the dollar index will have to consolidate around this daily time frame here. I don't want to see this low violated. If this low is violated, then we are aiming at this low. All right. As long as this FVG here, this small FVG here, holds price, as long as it holds price and this low is not violated, then we'll resume bullish. And once it will resume bullish, Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, NZD USD that we have lined will go bearish. Dollar will also take out that high and go bearish. Sorry, gold will also take out that high and go bearish. Then USD CAD, USD JPY, USD CHF will resume bullishness, and then our indices will resume bearishness. Okay. Then Bitcoin, of course, Bitcoin, we know the framework we are looking at already. But if dollar index trades below this low and closes below this low, then Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, NZD USD, and gold will resume their bullish movement, will continue bullish movement and take out their swing highs respectively. And then SP 500, Nasdaq, and Dow, the indices will also continue bullish, including gold. Okay, so that is the framework. As long as this low remains intact and then it consolidates here, then those other the frameworks I gave will remain the way it is. So everything is tied to what the dollar is going to do this week. Is that okay? So that's it. So that's the analysis for this new week. All right. So that's about that. Thank you very much. Please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do so and click on the notification button or bell so that whenever I post a new video, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much. We'll do this next week, Saturday. From here, it is goodbye.